What is going on, people? What is going on? It is your boy Bernard S. Look, we are here, up here on this beautiful day. As you can see, the sun is just shining all through the window right now. But it's a beautiful day for a few reasons. Number one reason is because it's my son's birthday. So happy birthday to my son. Big shout out to my son. I love you, man. I am very honored to be your father. Um, and I will say that throughout the live here. So, listen, guys, we have an important topic today. We got some things we need to talk about. I feel like Gail. Sometimes you feel like you quit every day, right? But we're going we're making this happen. So, everybody, come on up in here on this beautiful day. For those that survived the uh, hurricane on the East Coast and wherever you are or were at the time this all is going on. I'm glad that you are here with us. So come on in here, come on in here, come on in here. We're going to have a ball today. I know some of you are watching, so you're not in the chat, but I do appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to try and make this short and sweet because it's a tough subject, which is it's kind of sad and bad at the same time. So that it is a tough subject. But men, hey, look, y'all saw it. You saw the thumbnail. We need you to survive. Okay, we got to talk about this stuff or what's going on. So here's the thing. You can either do or not do. So I'm gonna let everybody come up in here. It's gonna be short and sweet because unless my sister Suzette goes to 12:30 and be late, Suzette comes on at 12. So you guys know I do not try to go against my sister. So Suzette comes on at 12. I need y'all 12 or 12:30. So I need you guys to go support her. She does very good content. Actually, she's the reason why I continued the conversation that she did Thursday night, this past Thursday, which was the 28th, I want to say. Today is October 1st. And so, and she was talking about how people like, the Coolio thing came up. Man was only 59 years old. That's young. I didn't even know what type of title I was going to put in because it was just, it's just crazy to me because I was gonna go with the title like is 50 the new 70 or the new 60. Like, I mean, people are just not making it, people. I mean, they're just, if they were, it wouldn't be an issue. And Suzette did some great statistics that she pulled up. So I'm gonna get to that point where I'm gonna start doing that. Um, while I'm in school, I'm learning how to balance things and figure things out as we do this. So, it gets crazy. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna get some more cats attention up in here, up in here. I think everybody that's here though. I think everybody that is here. Um, if you're in the chat, show some love, whatever. And today we are rocking the ascot with the handkerchief and just the black vest and the black shirt. No cufflinks, just something simple, I was gonna roll it up, but that is just not a good look with an ascot. It could be something different if you have jeans on, right? So we're just rocking the ascot today. Big shout out to Kurt, my barber, Corfax, Sergio, um, Tone, and Mr. Deacon Do Dirty. Now let me stop. Pierre. So I know y'all laughing at it. These are my guys. And speaking of that, we've had some guys in the barbershop as we speak. Some through murder, but some that my barber would cut and they just died. Some died from the vid, you know, and some died just from natural causes. And these guys are young. I mean, these guys are not making it out of their 50s. Good morning to you there, common sense expert. Nice being on the panel with this brother the other night. Jenny, he has a channel. If you could drop his stuff in there for me, great brother. Enjoyed talking to him. Brother hustling like two jobs, like what men do, and I'm gonna talk about that too with the stressors that we have. This brother actually came up, and we had a good time talking. Great to meet you, and thank you for the support of the common sense expert. I appreciate that. Common sense can take you a long way. Should have been one of my points I'm gonna bring up. A lot of this stuff is common sense, but we make the wrong things common sense. How about that? So as people get the coal out their eyes, get some coffee going, get your favorite beverage. Hey, let's do it. Peace and greetings and blessings to my brother, Paul Bennett. How you doing, brother? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Good to see another good brother, man. Y'all, the men are up in here today. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. Wally, hey, we outdoing the women today. Jenny, I'm sorry, but we need this. The men are here today. This is one of the very few times that the chat is just deep with men, and this is a conversation that needs to be talked about. Like I said over here, we don't do no beef because I'm vegan. So you take your beef from any other panel or platform that you have and take it over there, okay? Because we don't do beef over here. We don't cuss over here. If I cuss, it's to make a point, okay? Doesn't always mean that I'm mad. It's to make a point, and it won't be a vulgar cussing. So over here, you come over here to relax, talk about things that needs to be talked about. We don't do gossip over here because gossip is not saving nobody's life. I'm just saying. We talk about facts and the uncomfortable truth over here. And the facts are that men are dying in their 50s. Now, this brother right here, about to get my workout in, will be listening during the grind. This man works out all the time with 3 daughters and a wife. Paul Bennett, prime example. My point is, he makes time. He makes time. Mike Evans, how you doing, brother? My brother Mike Evans is in the house. Hey, family right there, man. Family right there. Family, how you doing, Mike? How you doing, Mike? Appreciate the support. I got all the brothers over here today. Maurice Dilligar, how you doing, brother? Look at all these men in here, bro. I don't think anybody else has had a chat like this. Because, see, these are real men. These are real men. So this is great. This is great. I hope y'all enjoy this broadcast. Like I said, 1 minute the sun is shining, and next minute is not. So let me get this light right. There we go. We cooking with some grease right there now. All right, yeah, all right. Boom, boom, bada bing. All right, so like I said, over here we don't do beef. We don't really cuss unless we need to. But this is a space for everybody to come and woosah. Men be men. I usually talk to men and young men to where anybody can send their nephew at any age or even daughter in some sense to learn some of the things that can be taught over here. If you looked at my past series, it's the Know You series. And then we also had the Know You series had the mirror questions and all that stuff. Yes, they are, Mike. Regular doctor's appointments are important. Yes, one of my points. So, man, so look, you already starting. So yes, and I'm glad that Paul Bennett came in here because he reminded me of something. Thank you, brother, as usual. I think that'll be 9:10. So listen, guys, this is an important talk. This is ridiculous. Heavy D. I didn't even have time to go through all the people that I wanted to put up here. Heavy D. You had the guy from the Roots. You had, we're just going back and forth. So many people you guys can name in the chat. They're not making it to 60. Prince Marky D. Most of the rappers, the guy who made the song Black Rob. Guys, this is you have to deal with this. We have to deal with this. And we need to tell our brothers and friends we grew up with, we can't make them do it. We can't. Trust me, I get it. We can't. If we could, we would, but we can't. Be dangerous if we could, right? Let me see. Let me put this right, guys, while I do this right quick. Thank you for your patience. I'm still writing some points because, like I said, Paul Bennett, you just, you know, just reminded me, brother. Something is better than nothing. Okay. So listen, guys, we're gonna get into this, but I'm not gonna keep you long on Saturday because I have things to do and cigars to smoke. Yeah, that is really not good for you. Just don't inhale. I gotta make y'all laugh, man. Gotta make y'all laugh. Oh man, so and I'm not promoting that. I'm not promoting that. I don't drink, and just because you drink or you smoke or whatever, nobody's perfect. You're human at the end of the day. So, guys, as we are here on this Saturday with the ascot on, like I said, happy birthday to my son. I just called him and got off of FaceTime with him. He's 26 years old, and like I said, I'm proud to be his father. I'm proud that he respects me as a father, even though me and his mother didn't stay together. Still friends with the mother and friends and family and everybody, even down to where they're cool with my wife. So I thank my son for allowing me to be his father because it's a choice. So guys, let's get into this. So you guys saw the thumbnail. It's not cool, guys. 40 to 60 is not cool. That is too young. What's even crazier? I had a supervisor die at the job this year who had been at the company for 30 years. I was more mad that he did not get time to himself, more time than he even gave the company. He literally died at the job, on the job. He was going to go in 2 years and retire. So, and if I'm not mistaken, he was only maybe 60, 61, 62 tops, but I think 61, young. And this is across the board. This is across the board, guys. So here's the thing. This is what we're going to do. We're going to do what we usually do. Look. Here is my first point. And y'all know how I roll. So the first point is, after we get to, hold up right here. Okay, so right here, and Jenny, thank you so much for holding it down in the chat today. Man, we are dying too young. That's the name of the title. So here's the first one. Listen, guys. Yeah, health is wealth. It is. Next week, I will have. I've been talking to candidate Ann in the back. We talked yesterday for about an hour. So next Sunday, I will have her on as a registered nurse. We're going to collab and do a show together and let her go and the things that she sees every day as a nurse. So world class, another brother. This brother right here, the world class, 36 years old, and before he turned 36, way before then, he lost 100 pounds. You have to hang with a group of people that's going to show you some love, people. Okay? We don't really have a choice talking about we love our kids and stuff, and we know we're wrong. So let's get into it. We're dying too young. So the first one is, right? How selfish are you, or who do you really love? I put certain words in capitals for a reason. Selfish. Because I think I'm gonna do a short video on that, on selfishness. We're all selfish. Okay, how long you've been married to somebody. But to me, the most selfish thing is when you have someone, okay? You have kids, you have aunts. I mean, you have you have certain people depending on you. So how selfish are you? And who do you really love? You prove that by, first of all, looking at the thumbnail, taking your medicine, all that junk food you saw, right? I didn't even put the sodas in there. I'm just saying, guys, got to be real with it. We have to be real with this. Going back to a comment, let's go to Wallace. Um, I hear wealth. Who call my name and say health is wealth? Yes, sir. You better believe it. That's facts. That's facts. Back to Mike, what my brother Mike Evans said. Regular doctor's appointments are important. Look, look, guys. How selfish are you? Let's get into this conversation of how selfish are you? Do you get sick because you know or think that your husband or wife or your brother or sister who is just as old as you and you can move in with them and invade on their space because you're not healthy? Or your kids' space? I tell my kids all the time, I stay healthy because I'm not gonna retire and be in your house. It's not your job to take care of me. It's my job first. It's gonna hurt a little bit, but it is what it is. You can't say you love your kids and you're eating like you crazy. Just eating, just like just eating like you're crazy. So you got to ask yourself, who do you really love? And if you really love yourself first, and I always say like yourself before you love yourself, okay? So you have to do that. And by doing that, you eat your medicine. Some of you will get there later. So that's the first one. How selfish are you? And who do you really love? Ask yourself that when it comes to this, man. We need you. Because every time a man dies, another man has to come cut that woman's grass or daughter's grass now because you're not there if she does not have a man. And then the daughter's got to worry about her boyfriend or husband or fiance. Are they doing what my dad did? It leaves a stigma to the women, to the daughters, to the nieces, to the little sisters, to the sisters. Number two, guys, put your ego aside, boys and men. If you have an ego, you're being a boy to me. Put your ego aside, boys to men. You're going from boys to men. Put that ego aside, but we usually get this ego when we're boys. Some of us don't get it until later on in life because we were not that guy in school. We became the man after we got out of school and college, and we wasn't getting picked on anymore because we were the boss. But now that ego's in the way, it can kill you. How about them apples? It can kill you. Put your ego aside. Yeah, hey, let me tell you something. Let me go right here. My twin wallet, health is wealth, but most leave their life on stealth. You got that right, stealth mode. Going to my brother Mike, fried chicken every day. Ain't it good work? That's what they say till them arteries clog up. If you want to understand arteries, check this out. Watch this. Watch this. I help you guys. Where me and Mike live at, there's a spot after you pass Battlefield Boulevard. And it bottlenecks to where all the traffic, think about this in any city you in, all the traffic goes to one spot from a 4 open lane. Arteries are open, but then you get down to a 2-lane artery. That's your arteries clogging up. That's your arteries clogging up. Any traffic in any major city, when you come from the open lanes and everything slows down, so that's how your blood flow goes too. Your arteries. And then you get down to the exits and it's to a complete stop, your arteries. Okay. I'm glad some of you felt that. Good. It's not going to be easy coming in here today, but we have to talk about it. Back to what Mike talked about right here. Go to the doctor at all costs. Men. And then the sunlight is back. Here we go. I got to play with this today, so sorry about that, guys. But anyway, go to the doctor at all costs. Okay? At all costs. I don't care how much it costs. Okay? It's not worth your life not to go. Go to the doctor at all costs. If any little thing hurts, my doctor knows about it every time I see him. I go every 3 months. I'm vegan. I do. You might say pescatarian, I guess, if that's eating fish. But me and my wife, I'll eat fish. Uh, but before I even went there, I'm gonna give you guys some solutions at the end how to do this, so you can pass this on to your male friends or even women. But the women are being left because the men are dying off. So I'm kind of focusing on the men, but this is for everybody being able to use this. All right, OG Patrice, how you doing, sister? How are you doing, sister? Glad you are here. And so yes, 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 yes. That right there. Thank you. Thank you. Pescatarian. Thank you. Glad I can read too. Anyway, pescatarian. So, and I don't eat fish that much. I mean, me and my wife once a week. That's it. Sushi. I'm done. Once again, moderation. So it's been working out for me. Um, I also for I think I'm gonna end up being to a few of these. So let's see. That's nine, and then 11 right here. It's going to be uh, yes. So let me tell you guys something that I noticed. Talking to my actually talking to my therapist. I enjoy talking to him. He gives me ideas all the time, and we enjoy each other. I did not put that on the list because I'm making that verbally known. Verbally known. Get you a therapist. I will explain why down in the solution part. It's very important. Okay. Of course, we all grew up saying, "Oh, you go to the therapist, you going to the crazy house." It's all right. It is what it is. Tory Brain Games, how you doing, brother? How you doing? Hey, look, y'all go to this guy's channel. Let me tell you something. You talk about smooth. He has all he does is games over there on his channel. It's the graphics are off the meat rack. It's a very relaxing conversation, like it is over here. If I'm not mistaken, he's a minister or a pastor. Great brother. And like I said, these are the type of people that I attract that you guys see in my chat. Like I said, over here, we don't do no beef because I'm vegan. If you have beef, you take that to your platform because over here is nothing but what you see. This warm feeling of this orange back here is love. This is all it is over here. So we talk about things that we need to talk about. And so, yeah, big ups to Tory Brain Games. Thank you for coming back, brother. And so I'm glad you could catch me. So yes, this is the most I've ever had this many men in one chat. Literally OG Patrice and Jenny are holding it down. But this conversation is for men, and it's for you women that are watching to take it back to your sons, your nephews, your brothers, your fathers, your cousins, okay? So look, guys, we are dying too young. So let's get into this. The first one was no, that's the second one. The first one was how selfish are you and who do you really love? Well, you will prove that the way you eat for the people that need you around you, that are around you, okay? Number two, let's go back to it again for those just coming in. Put your ego aside, boys to men. Okay, number three, here we go. Go to the doctor at all costs. Go to the doctor at all. I don't care if your eye feel like it has a headache. Do not play. Okay. Number four, count up the stress and recognize it. Now, let's get to that. Your job. Not knowing if you can have overtime for Christmas time. Not knowing if you're going to have a job. You have your own business. Business is not coming like you thought it would be when you need it to be. Stress as a man. You're not even beginning to talk to your wife or your girlfriend about how your supervisor I do not like using the word boss. So that's the old school. If you say boss, you might as well say straw boss to me. Your supervisor is getting on your nerves because he or she doesn't know their job and you're doing it for them, but yet they want to threaten you. Or you're stressed that you got a car that's barely making it. And you know if you have one more breakdown to be late, you'll lose your job. But you don't tell your significant other that. Stress. You just got a new job, you're in between, and you know you need to go let divisional child support know, right? Stress. Count up the stress and recognize it. And we have a lot of stress that we don't even realize, and your head is hurting because of the stress. These are the things men don't talk about, so this is good for women to watch. We don't tell you everything because we're going to be able to handle everything we're saying, or you're going to look at us like we're crazy. That's why I always say, stop telling people things you should tell a therapist, and that's why I have one. And I have no qualms about it. None. Okay? None. Okay? Everybody can afford one, but he's one of those brothers that, you know, he has some good prices for people that don't have insurance because he cares that much. And that's why I haven't I have my website up for my life coaching, but I want it to be affordable for people that can't afford it, possibly, right? So every good therapist should have a therapist. My therapist has a therapist. I'm a life coach. Every life coach should have either a life coach or a therapist, right? So this stress right here, it causes heart attacks, strokes. You're stressed out. The reason why most of us are stressed out because we don't plan anything out. Or if you look at the thumbnail, you're not taking the pills you're supposed to take. I'm going natural. You can't go natural just like that. You have to wean yourself off of this stuff. You have to do like my brother Paul Bennett in the chat. You have to exercise. And we're going to get to these solutions, okay? But count up the stress and recognize it. The relationship could be the stress. Face the fact, guys. The relationship you're in. Some of your relationships are killing you. Nobody wants to admit it because mom or dad or anybody or everybody on both sides think you guys should be together, but yet it's killing you. We're going to talk about it. This is facts and the uncomfortable truth. But I love people enough to tell them the uncomfortable truth. Count up the stress. Okay? Men, you have to do this. Find just one best friend. Some of you have already done it. You can call me. Your secret's safe with me. Okay? You can't tell your woman or wife everything. Because whether they say they got you or not, it's a different type of language. And some of them have a lot of respect for you, but lose it when you tell them certain things. I've seen it, been there, done it, bought the t-shirt, got holes in it. With guys coming to me or women coming to me, say, well, I kind of count up the stress. If you have friends that are no good for you and they're only taking from you and they're never giving, that's stress. Because every time they call, your heartbeat starts to race because you know they want something, or a family member. Count up the stress and recognize it. You have to deal with the stress, people. You have to. Thank you, Tori. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I think this is always a time of everybody in this chat that I know, all of me, most of the men that I do know personally, we're not. I'm 48. At the least, I want to see 85 or 90. But I have to start now because it's quite obvious in our age group, Generation X, we don't have time to play. We the Kool-Aid kids. We the sugar kids. We the kids that only had 2 Gatorades, the orange and the Predator blood one, the lime green, right? And red. You had orange, red, and I call it the Predator blood, the lime green. But everything was sugar when we were growing up. And if you look it up, sugars and Little Debbie's and all them started hitting the market in the 1950s with our parents. And I'm telling you, So yeah, brother, yeah, Tori. So and you don't look at either, brother. So um, at all, and that's a good thing. But guys, what you eat affects your skin, the inside. Let the food be your medicine. I'm telling you, every week. Okay, let me put it to you like this. It was Coolio this week. Okay, so we all know them. What's up, Doug? How you doing, Doug? VA is in the house. What's up, Doug? How you doing, brother? I know you. I know you got to go over there to Suzette. Let me know if she moved it to 12:30 now. I'm gonna run through this, but it's a much needed conversation. But even if y'all can do both, because I usually do that while I'm up here, I just cut on Suzette, and so y'all support my sister. But listen, it was Coolio this week. But guess what? It could be somebody else a lot closer to you. Coolio is who the world knows, right? But I've seen it. I've dealt with it personally with my father having a heart attack. I think my dad was just at 40 or 41. I was only 17 years into the game of living. So I only got 17 years of my life. Me and my brother and my mother, and my dad only got 17 years of his of out of his life with me and my brother. But 12 with my brother because we're 5 years apart. I'm telling you guys, we got to deal with this. So, like I said, number 4 was the last one. Count up the stress and recognize it, men. You know what it is. And sometimes a lot of men that I know, they are so stress free because they're not in a relationship because they know they don't need to be in one. And what men won't say to some women that are very good women, they're not going to date you because of the possible stress, whether you have kids or not, but they already foresee it from the way you talk. And we can't afford no stress. It's quite obvious as young as we're dying. Let's go to number 5. Number 5. Number 5 kind of should have been number 1, but it's something that me and my therapist put me on to bring up to you guys. It's called understanding object relation theory. Object relation theory. Object relation theory. And it talks about how you have, as an infant, if your mother walks away from you, you already feel that foundation. If your father starts yelling at you when you're 2 or 3 and hitting you, foundation. It's a relation theory. Object relate. So by the time you get to relationships, right? Your foundation was what was how you were raised. So that guy now might be attracted to women that yells all the time because he's used to his mom yelling. Object relation theory. Look it up. I'm going to get deeper into it. It's something that I would say I kind of save for my life coaching thing, but this is something that people need to understand and learn. It's called object relation theory. Like I said in my videos from the past, the power of a woman, the foundation of a child, the mother is the first teacher. Even if she gives that child up for adoption, that child feels it. It starts out saying and knows that it doesn't even want to be wanted. Object relation theory. Foundation is very important. I will get deep into that later on, probably next week with Candidate Ann when we go on next Sunday. And we're going to go to number 6. Change your mindset. It's quite obvious what we're seeing with men is not working. They're dying too young. Just like one of my favorite songs from Ghetto Boys, when he used there's far too many of you dying. Right? That's not the name of the song. But one of my other favorite songs by Ghetto Boys was a minute to pray and a second to die. And this is where we are right now. A minute to pray and a second to die. I'm gonna let that hit some of you guys. That's where we at. I'm tired of going into the barber shop and every time I see my barber or Sergio or Pierre, anybody, but usually between Kurt and Sergio, we're seeing new flyers of people that's died. They're young. It's very rare I see anybody in that barbershop, even if they're watching it right now, they can look on his thing. A lot of these men are in their 60s. 50s and 60s, 40s. And we're not talking about gunshot wounds from a lot of them. We're not. Every week I go in there, I just happens to glance and look, man, because he's always got a new obituary up. I don't know how many. I can tell you how many of them. I walked into the barber shop and it shocked all of us. One dude last year or year before, he messed me up. I'm like, where my buddy been? Man, you know, he had sickle cell, so I don't even know how old he was. I think he wasn't even 40. No kids, very successful guy, contractor, nicest guy you ever want to meet. I'm not making this up. For those that still go to the barbershop, we experienced this of how many men are just dying like it's nothing. Yes, Paul Bennett. Yes, and that's where yes, Paul Bennett. I'm gonna bring yours up too, OG Patrice. Yeah, yes, bruh. Yes, OG Patrice. Yes, Marvin Gaye also said it. It's far too many, and that was part of the song. Yeah, that's right. There's far too many of you down. They slowed it down for the Ghetto Boys. What's going on? That was back then. And we're not even working in the fields like that anymore. So what type of stress is killing us? Think. This is where I'm at. So I'm not gonna hold you guys up long. So we're gonna go back. And so we say it mindset, and then learn the cause and effect of what you are eating. I know the thumbnail look good with the steak up there, the burger with the melted cheese and the fries. Man, that used to be me. But I start thinking about how many times you get the itis or you get sluggish after you eat the mess. There's a reason for that. When I eat stuff and people like Paul Bennett, the world class, Jenny Morena, some of the other people I know up here that eat kind of like I do, we eat kind of healthy. It's a difference. It's a night and day difference of what you feel. Okay. Yeah, Tori, that brother, look, that mental stress. And see, I'm glad you brought that up, Tori. Thank you. Let me highlight you right quick, because watch this segue. Watch where I go, guys, with this. Yep, mental stress. Watch this. Go back to that. And that's what happens. People start eating because of the mental stress, men and women. But men smoking Newports. You know your cousin. You know your brother. You know your uncle. Love them to heart. Best people. And what's crazy, some of them live longer than everybody. Crazy. I'm not promoting that. Smoking the cigars, even though I don't smoke it every day, it equals up to like 3 cigarettes per cigar. Come on, let's just be honest. I'm gonna be honest about it. As sure as I'm going to go smoke some today. No, I don't inhale, because if you inhale the cigar, it instantly gives you a headache because it's too much tobacco. I've seen guys at the port inhale a cigar and they had to call the ambulance. His blood pressure shot to the moon instantly. So I'm not promoting that. Here's the thing. When people get stressed, they do things. They try to bottle their emotions, eating, or you have to understand the cause and effect of what you're eating, what it does for your body. There's brain food. Carrots are good for the eyes, right? And we're going to get into a lot of that next week with Candidate Ann. We're going to talk about some things. We're going to make it fun, almost like it's not going to be as fun as Tory Brain Games. But I would love to collab with him to do some games, make that happen, and see what we can get out of that. It's not funny, but you don't want to beat people in the head, but we have to, because we're losing too many men. We're just losing too many. And going back to what my brother Mike, one problem is our culture uses food to celebrate facts. Cats coming home from jail, y'all cooking a full course Christmas, Easter. I'm trying to be nice. And we mean well because you know, I worked at a prison. The food is not all that great, right? I worked there. But still, um, we all grew up off of grandma's cooking, mother's cooking, the collard greens with the ham hock or the smoked turkey, um, over seasoned. Tastes like you just almost drinking seawater, but we don't taste that. We just come on now. So yeah, we celebrate food with everything. So guys, look, I love all the men that are up in here. Man, this is strong. I've never had this many men in one chat. This means a lot to me, guys, for real. That y'all showing me who you are. Every last man that's here or even watching. Love it. So let's go to number 8. Well, actually, I'll stay because number 8 we're gonna start going into solutions. So let's go back through the first 7, which is great because right, Tori, number 7 meaning it's finished, and we're gonna do number 8, which is solutions on up. 8 is new beginnings. So let's go back 1 through 7. All right, and this is where we at right here. So that's the thing going across there. If y'all want to do anything or email me, how selfish are you, or who do you really love? Ask yourself that every time you take that drag off the cigarette, or you're over drinking, or you're trying to bottle your emotions. I'm not telling you not to drink. Moderation. All right. That's all I'm saying. But you got to realize who you're going to leave behind, who you're going to hurt, and you can't protect them if you're dead. You can't protect your daughter, your son, your sister, your grandson, your grandkids if you're dead. Let's go to number 2. We're going to make it quick and easy. Okay. Put your ego aside, boys and men. Okay. Put your ego aside when somebody asks you to do something, because they're going to have to take care of you because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. I'm not being hard on you guys to be hard on you. I'm just trying to wake up some things. I'm being hard on you. And if you feel like I'm being hard on you, it's because I can't be all man by myself. I need my brothers to live too, to help me be more of a man that I'm already am. If you get what I'm saying, I don't have that type of ego, right? So number 3, go to the doctor at all costs. If you can't go to the doctor, go to a place like we have here called Patient First. There are certain places that are open 7 days a week. If you don't want to go to the emergency room, go there. Get something checked. Number 4, count up the stress and recognize it. Your job, your relationships. Relationships alone. You're not as cool with your mother or father as you want to be, or your children as you would like to be as a man because of certain things that have happened. That's stress. It causes strokes. Stress is not a game. It's a game changer. All right. So after that, we will go to number 5, understanding object relation theory. Object relation theory, once again, it starts at birth, of how you were raised in the house and what you're used to. Whatever you're used to is what you're going to gravitate to when you get older, or you're going to do and repeat yourself. If you find yourself yelling, it's because you grew up like that, and the other people that you meet that don't yell like that are like, what is wrong with him or her? Object relation theory. Great theory to look up. You guys need to look that up. I will get deeper into that. It's not too much deep to get into, but just to help you guys out. Mindset. Get your mindset right. All right. Get your mindset right. And like I said, you have to change your mind and want to change. Nobody can change it for you. So you have to get your mindset right of how you want to live or how long you want to live. Number 7, learn the cause and effect of what you are eating and drinking. Okay? Learn the cause and effect of it. All right, that's number 7. Let me go back to this chat right quick. I see 3 that are lit up, so let's go right here, see what we got. And big ups to my man Marcus GVMC. Thank you, bro. Thank you guys for coming through. So let's go. Let's go to the solutions. Number 8, new beginnings. Right. That's what number 8 stands for. Eat in moderation and portion sizes. I gave you all that somewhat headache at the beginning and getting on you guys. Start off by eating in moderation. When I watch Forks Over Knives, I was watching brothers. What the man said from China said, it's the opposite over there. The meat is the smallest thing on the plate, and the veggies are the biggest thing. When he got to America, it was opposite, and that's when he gained weight. Make sense? I'm giving you solutions. So in some countries, or a lot of countries, the meat is the smallest thing on the plate. The veggies are the biggest thing. Right? Pretty cool. So that's one. Portion sizes. I have a big hand, but you start off with the size of your fist for eating things. The problem is that I found when I was doing that, I was still hungry. And when I linked up, when I linked that up and linked it together, I was like, all right, I need an in between. So water helps you get full, and you don't want anything to eat. Okay, so water does that. All right. And then there's other things people can put in the chat. I'm not an expert on it. I did what I had to do, and of course I backslid a few times. So what I would do, I would get some Cheerios, like my friend Lafayette, who jogs every single day, at least 4 to 5 miles since high school. To this day, he jogs every single day. Big shout out to him. He's the one who put me on to the lemon water and the Cheerios, right? So that cuts the hunger out in between when you're doing this eat in moderation and portion sizes. So just start with 1 meal a day of doing portion sizes. Don't try to do every meal. So what I mean by that is, if you do breakfast, say you go to Hardee's. Let's just say the worst place. And it's not the worst place, but Hardee's, whatever. You get the hash browns, all that. Just try to get the hash browns. Or just eat half of the sandwich. Or if you go to Wawa's or a place like that, or we have Royal Farms here in Wawa's, and some other places now that have the kiosks, they can tell you what the calories are as you order. You can look. And that's what I do now. It's so easy. Instead of trying to count them up in my head, and I don't feel bad. So then you can eat a lot of things like onions and some other stuff. Add that to it. It has no calories. Like literally, black olives and all has literally no calories, and it's still filling, right? So yes, that's correct. FY 100 podcast. How you doing, brother? How you doing, brother? Bit might drop. How you doing, brother? Look at all the y'all. Y'all don't understand. If y'all look, I have 95 to 98% men in here. That's incredible. No offense to nobody. I'm not worried about the women being in here. I'm trying to keep these men that are in this chat alive. Let's not get it twisted like a bad cornrow. Because as we can see, it's not working. Too many of us, and far too many of us are dying. So that's one of the first solutions right here. It's number 8. Eat in moderation and portion sizes, okay? Number 9, which is I didn't put nothing, so let me fix that right quick. Let me fix it. But number 9, you saw it, so let me put number 9 there. Boom. Boom. A few weeks ago, I won't be able to do that. Watch your sugar intake. Half to a full a day. Okay, so here's what I'm saying on the sugar intake. Cut back. Like, okay, I'm gonna do sugar the rest of this week, but from when I get up until I eat lunch or dinner, I'm not gonna do anything with sugar. Stop all this crazy stuff that I've been seeing for years that is impossible for us to do, and say, I'm just gonna quit cold turkey. No, I'm giving you real life suggestive solutions. Go a half a day, then go a full day without sugar. Boom, you got 6 days of the week to, I guess, still eat sugar, right? Half a day and a half, another full day, 2 days. I'm being realistic with this. I drink too much sugar. I have too much sugar. My left arm starts hurting. Your body talks to you. Do it in moderation. Do it 1 day at a time, a half a day at a time, an hour at a time. For 2 hours, I'm not gonna eat no candy. I don't care if you start with 2 hours. It's like, you know what? I get this certain type of candy every day before lunch or whatever. Spend a whole day. Start off small, guys. I need you guys to survive. This is not a game. This is not a game. Start off like this. This is how I did it. You by yourself, it's hard. But it's a lot harder if that candy bar is at the store and not in your pantry or your refrigerator. It's a lot further away. So if you don't buy it for it to be at home, you got a better chance of tackling this. Now, it gets hard if your spouse is not doing it with you. I'm not throwing nobody under the bus. I'm just saying. It is. My wife is beginning to come along, but at first she wasn't doing it, but I knew what my body was telling me. I'll never get off of blood pressure pills, keep doing what I'm doing. That's why I'm going to lose at least about 15 to 20 more pounds to be at my ideal weight of 180. And my wife and everybody like, oh, you're going to be looking like a crackhead. Fine, but I won't be on blood pressure pills. Now what? To the point where I really won't need insurance, except I would just need to go get my checkups like I'm supposed to. All right. Watch your sugar intake, okay? Watch your sugar intake. That's it. That's it. You know? And do it on your pace. Stop trying to follow what everybody else is doing. Does not work like that. Yeah, I know we always heard what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Nah, not always. Not when it comes to us. Everybody's body is different. So do what you have to do to make it work for you. Okay? So, and I forgot to put this one. So let me put this one. I'll put this. I don't even know why I did that. I think I got ahead of myself. So let's put that as boom, boom. And let me tell you guys, you have to do it at your own pace. If you don't, you're going to be stuck like Chuck. And I mean it. You're going to really be stuck like Chuck because you're trying to, okay, when you see these guys that are on these exercise channels, and Paul Bennett can attest to this, and so can the world class Bit Mike and a lot of you guys, and Mike Evans. Listen, that's all they do all day long. That's why they have muscles. They don't do nothing else. That's what they do for a living. A lot of them that's selling you these courses. They have time to sit there and work out and have an actual regimen because that's their only job. Back to the stress part, that stresses a man out that's trying to do that and is not working for them because they don't realize the person that sold them the course or who's suggesting what they should do to get where they are, that's all they do. We have real jobs. We have real life situations going on. Just keeping it 100. Just keeping it 100. Because nobody, I talk about the facts and the uncomfortable truth, and that's what it is, okay? That's what it is. You got to remember, that's all they do. So don't get caught up in their look or whatever. Do you. Go at your pace. I'd rather for you to go at your pace than not to go at all. Man, I'm just saying. Princessa, how you doing? I'm just saying, hey, I'm just keeping it like it is. To my graduating friend, Johnny Stewart. How you doing, brother? That's my brother there, man. That's my brother from another mother. Just like you other guys, I love this guy to heart. Graduated with him. We've been going to school since middle school. So Big shout out to him. Everybody show him some love for me. But back to the banners. Okay, so I kind of have these out of order. So what I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do is So while I'm doing that, just gonna redo these. I know what I'm gonna do. Don't worry about it. I know what I'm gonna do. Outsmart myself. There we go. Make that 10. And right there. Okay, so what we'll do. So y'all saw that what's coming up. Y'all know what's coming up. That right there. Water. Once again, I know people that don't, they just hate water. I know people like this. Water. Once again, moderation. Try to just make it one glass a day. The first thing you drink in the morning, if you don't drink it no more that day, fine. It's better than no water at all. Then get up to 2-3 glasses a day. Or, I don't have a bottle with me. You get one of those bottles that measure, hey, I drank this much water today. Water. Water is the substance. It is the substance. Seriously. If you don't know, a lot of people in the chat can tell you that water is the substance. I'm telling you, it's the substance. And let me tell you why. What they say, you can only go, it's in the threes. You can only go 3 days without it. And there's how can I put it? There was a person that was connected to the family and said, and this lady at the time had to be in her 40s. She said, I can't remember the last time I drank water in my lifetime. All I drink is soda. I can't stand water. I'm not making this up. And there's a lot of men like that too. The only time they know water, if then, is when they take a shower. That's the only water that gets in their pores or in their system. Water is the substance. I'm telling you guys, water is the substance. Oh, there she go with the no. I always dress like this, sis. I just try to do a little something, But just try to be a little bit different. But thank you. Just to ask Scott today, and plus it's my son's birthday. Like I said, big shout out. Everybody can wish my son a happy birthday. He turned 26 today. Like I said, it's an honor for him to allow me to be his father. He don't have to allow that. That's a whole nother show. Him or my daughter. But I'm very proud of him. He lived to see 26. He's given me 2 beautiful grandsons. So between today and tomorrow, I will see all 3 of them. Have the 3-generation shot going. But big shout out to my son. Today is his birthday. I love you, man. 26 years old. 26 years ago, you broke a brother down. I shed a tear when you came into this world because I knew what you were coming against, and I didn't know if I was ready. Stress, right? But I did the best I could. I'm still doing. So, well, actually, his middle name is Bernard. His middle name, first name is Jonathan, but his middle name is Bernard, and my oldest grandson's middle name is Bernard. So, carries on. Love it. So, big shout out to my son. Love you, man. You'll digitally be able to see this at all times. I love you. And so it's a great day, regardless, right? And so water is very important, people. But this right here, let me tell you what your cousins be saying to me. I'm gonna sleep when I die. Okay. See, there's no reason for you guys to buy all these comic books, collect your cars, collect whatever you collect, because the other brothers like me that are going to live and that are in this chat, we're going to come buy your stuff for cheap because your wife's not even going to know there's a collector's item. You ever thought about that? I'm just saying. You have to sleep. Get some sleep. Take power naps. They're even incorporating it in some companies now where they have little nap rooms. It's important. It's been proven after 8 hours of productive work, you're not as productive as you would be as you were in the first 8 hours. So, especially depending on what type of job you're doing. But you have to get some sleep, man. All this "I sleep when I die" stuff, that sounds good. Like you talking amongst men and other Vikings and whatever. It's a good way to die too. They literally put my uncle in the hospital at one time. My dad's best friend, who I call my uncle, just for him to sleep because he wasn't getting enough sleep. He hunting, he painting houses, had like another job with the state. They literally put him in the job and said his medicine was to sleep. Not making it up. Not making it up. That's true, Paul. Y'all are funny. Looking at some of these made me feel old. Even when I'm about to turn 2 years older than him. Sheesh, congrats to him. Thanks, man. And a lot of it isn't practical and not safe, but it's for sure. Exactly. You can take that with anything I just said. Um, correct, my sister. Correct. The body has to rest and regenerate. You can lay down, or your body will lay down. You took the words right out of my mouth. Either you gonna do it, your body gonna do it for you. Play with it if you want. You ain't gotta believe me. And the last thing is, to me, is one of the most important thing, if not the most important thing, besides mindset, the power of support, and you are still human. What I mean by that is you have the support of the people in the chat, but you're gonna backtrack, you're gonna slip. Sometimes you get that sugar taste in your mouth and it's just like, I need a sweet tea. Like one of them McDonald's sweet tea, like hit the side of your neck sweet tea. Bojangles sweet tea. Right? Like, and so alfalfa powder is very good for taking the sugar taste out of your system. Uh, I've done it, and I've had people say, "Oh no," you know, you know, and a lot of people say, "Oh no, I don't want that." They didn't want that control. So, let me tell you something. Um, I will throw this in there as a bonus, but sex is one of the best, if not the best, exercise. So for you guys want to just scroll all the way up to that point, tell your wife that, it's one of the best exercises. But you be feeling muscles the next day like, what did we do? Right? Great exercise, hydration and all that, right? But the support of people, that's a powerful thing. You know, um, you know, you have to put everything in moderation. So we're gonna go through these right quick. I told you guys I'm not gonna keep you long. It's Saturday. Some of us are getting over this hurricane or whatever you want to call it. So number one was, how selfish are you, and who do you really love? That's talking about you, what you eat, and what will cause you to die quicker or live longer. On what you eat, man. Put your ego aside, boys and men. Put your ego aside. Somebody tell you should be doing something, don't get mad. You ought to be glad that we're telling you. It's just like letting you walk around with a booger without, hanging out your nose and not telling you. Why would you do that? Just saying. So, number three, go to the doctor at all costs. If you don't understand what's going on with your body, go. Don't try to figure it out. Go. That's what they went to school for like 12 or 13 years. Okay? Number four, count up the stress and recognize it, man. Take the time and breathe to yourself. Get by yourself. Let your wife or significant other know, your girlfriend, fiance, or take a ride. Figure out your costs. It's just like counting up a bill. Count up the stress and recognize it and deal with it. Number 5, understanding object relation theory. Understanding how did you grow up definitely depends on where you land and how you end up, or you end up dating somebody like your abusive mother or father, because object relation theory starts when you are a infant and the way you grew up. So the way you grew up, grew up, equals who you are now. That's what therapy comes in and life coaching comes in, for you to make the change for the better. Object relation theory. Look it up, check it out. It's a deep thing. I have not really found anything that was less than an hour on it. It goes deep. Number 6, change your mindset. You have to change your mindset. There's too many of us men dying around here. We had Sidney Poitier in August, but he was older. He lived a very good life. That's what you want to do. You don't have to be, it doesn't care if you're rich or poor, it will take you out of here. You have to eat right and do right. So change your mindset first. With that, learn the cause and effect of what you're eating. Know that. Know the results of what each food can do for you. Number 8, go into solutions. Eat in moderation and portion sizes to start off. Don't try nothing cold turkey that these solutions are that I'm suggesting, for you to do. Don't try to do that. It's impossible. Okay? Watch your sugar intake. Start a half a day of no sugar. Do the rest of the week. Then get a whole day in. And then you break it. You get it all the way up to the point to where you're doing sugar maybe once a week, or just in very, very little moderation a day. That's where we at. Number 10. After the sugar, I usually drink a lot of water. I've heard it somewhere, I can't say it's scientifically proven, but it washes a lot of things away. So water is still your friend. I've seen water not make my head hurt because I had not drank any, but I do a half a gallon or a gallon a day now. That's not even a question. It is what it is. It's not a question. Water is the substance. You're born in water. You're underwater when you're born. Come on. All right. Number 11, get some sleep. Tell your friends, tell your cousin, tell your mother, your father, whoever. Men, get some sleep. A lot of us work a lot of hours in work, outside of work, and some of us come back from work and go back to work at home with the honey-do list and other things that has to be done. Get some sleep. Number 12, the power of support, and the power of support is very vital. And remember, you are still a human being. Okay? You're a human being. So, being that you're a human being, you're going to not be perfect when it comes to you trying to take this journey to eat correctly, lose the weight correctly, and all those other things. Okay? And that's where I'm at today, guys. That's where I'm at today, guys. Listen, you can only do what you can do, and you got to do you. Nobody else can do you for you. Once you figure that out, a lot of things will happen. So here's the challenge I meet you. Here's my challenge now. Part of the stress thing that I came up with last week. Here's the challenge. People have all these challenges. Oh, here's a lifetime challenge for you for stress. Don't raise your voice anymore. It's been proven when you yell negatively, when it's a negative yell, pressure goes up, everything. But just talking this voice in your normal voice, it throws people off a lot. I love it. So my challenge to you and everybody is, don't raise your voice. For what? Everybody don't need to know what I'm talking about anyway. Okay. Appreciate the cash out from Paul Bennett. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I'm just not trying to aspire to do good things over here to help everybody live. Not just men, but mostly men on this point because um, it's crazy out here. Um, and we need these men to survive. And so I have some things that I'm going to read, some words that I usually, have, and we're going to go there. So we got some quotes. So here we go, right here. Don't die if you want to live. Keep living even if you are dying. I'm gonna let it hit again. Don't die if you want to live. Keep living even if you are dying. Let's go to part 2 of that. If you are dying, don't be afraid to live. That's what we do over here. And only you can be you because there's only one you. Remember that, people. And once you figure that out, life is so much easier because you live for yourself and not nobody else. Once again, happy birthday to my son. I love you, son. I'm glad that you were able and we are able to witness your 26 years here on this earth. I am Bernard S. We are out. Love, peace, and blessings to you. And remember the challenge. Don't raise your voice. Try not to do that anymore. That's your lifetime challenge from me to you. We will see you next week. Peace and love.